Okay, our round is starting to shape up nicely. We're starting to build that target list. As a general rule of thumb, if you're at the pre-seed or angel or seed stage, I recommend having at least 100, maybe even 200 or 300 names on your target list. If you're at Series A, Series B, those numbers go down more like 30 to 50. But having a healthy top of your funnel will help you raise money down the line. So another way to add to our board here is by using the Find Investors tab. In here we have roughly 21,000 venture capital firms and about 100,000 angels, family offices, fund of funds, PE firms, hedge funds, foundations, pensions. You can search by a particular fund name if you know the fund name. There's First Round Capital, so I can add that to my board. Pick which partners or other folks I want to include there. Okay, so that's how to search by name. Clear that out. I can also search purely by type, and this is especially relevant if I'm looking for more of a long tail investor. Maybe I want to look at family offices or, for example, real estate private equity. So these are types of investors. So I'm just going to look at real estate private equity for fun. All right, so I have a huge list of real estate private equity investors here. You see I have 102 pages, roughly 20 per page. So pretty extensive list here. And I might just kind of browse these pages, skim the profiles. Some folks will often do a Control F or Command F on a Mac to search for certain keywords, which makes skimming the pages a little bit quicker. But if anyone looks interesting, let's say Michael Cronin looks good to me, add him to my board. With one click, he's added to my target list. Let's just say Henry as well. All right, so that was looking at types of investors. Let me get rid of that search. Now I want to look maybe by industry. Let's say I'm a marketplace business. So we've got about 2,000 investors in our tag for marketplaces. Maybe I want to add another one as well. If I add multiple marketplaces, it actually will expand the search. So I'm going to add software as a service or SaaS. And notice I've got to pick from the drop-down list. I can't actually freeform it in this field. So start typing the name of an industry that's most relevant to you. All right, so pretty good list here. I've got roughly 5,000 when I combine marketplaces and SaaS. And now maybe I want to actually narrow that list down by a location. All right, so this is quite a bit more manageable. I've got marketplaces and SaaS and then narrowed down by a location. And that's about 50 pages, so pretty focused there. And whenever I find someone that looks pretty interesting, add them to my board. Let me just show you a few other ways people use the search. Remember, this is a very large database, about 120,000 investors. If you're in more of a smaller market, it might be useful to look just by location name, like Detroit, Michigan. Not a huge list here, 136 names, so it might be pretty useful just to search by this category. Let's see. And if you're in Michigan, perhaps expand the search by adding a few relevant cities around there. And that CAPTCHA pops up every now and then. I apologize for that. So we've got a couple hundred in Detroit and Ann Arbor, Michigan. And again, anyone looks interesting, Techstars Mobility Accelerator, you want to apply to that, add that to your board. So a few different ways here. The best bet is just experiment and combine and play around with this. Again, search by the name of the investor, search just by the type of the investor, Or if you're searching by industry, adding multiple industries will expand the search. Likewise, if you search only by location, adding multiple locations will expand the search. If you combine an industry and a location, it will narrow down the results. If you have any questions about this, just reach out to us, info@foundersuite.com.